Hello everyone, thank you so much for watching my videos. Today we are going to take a topic which is related to the safety of the vessel and how the vessels transit along the sea routes. Yes, we are going to talk about traffic out at sea. We have seen a lot of traffic rules and regulations out on the roads where we travel every day, but we are not very sure how the ships, being so large, manage the traffic out at sea. We will see what are the rules which govern the traffic around the world and what are the tools for following these rules. Let's jump into the video. Rule of the road or regulations to avoid collision. That is the main purpose of any rule of the road or the regulations which aim at reduction or completely eliminating the accidents between vessels or the vehicles on the road. The regulations to avoid collision out at sea is called the COLREG for short form, which is collision regulations. Collision regulations, basically the regulations to avoid collisions between vessels out at sea. I think the same purpose is for the rules which are made for traffic on the roads for our vehicles as well. They ensure safe navigation and collision avoidance. The rules which are made for our vehicles on the road also execute the same purpose, where they avoid collision or other accidents which happen due to vehicular movement on the roads. Now what we will do, we will go through a short summary of the rules. We have a rule book which is international and which is followed all around the world. Unlike the rules which are made for our roads depend on the countries, depend on the area, depend on the convention. For example, we have somewhere which are right side drive, or somewhere we have left hand drive. Hence, the rules differ and the speeds at which the vehicle can traverse through the road also differ based on the area and the condition of the road, etc. etc. Hence, the rules of the road for our vehicles is not standard across the international requirements. However, in case of ships, we have international rules which is called the collision regulation. We will jump and see what are the rules which govern the traffic. The rules are divided into 6 sections. Total, we have 41 rules. Part A is the general provisions, which gives the applicability requirements, general requirements, etc. Part B, steering and sailing rules. This covers various situations where the vessel is overtaking or head-on or crossing or navigating in the restricted visibility, etc. Third is the lights and shapes. Basically, the different lights and shapes which are to be displayed and used for collision avoidance and indicating your vessel's position. Part D, sound and light signals. Similar to lights, we also have sound signals which ensure are sounded to give information about the vessel. Part E, exemptions. We have exemptions to these rules which are mentioned in the section E. And Part F, verification of compliance. How the verification is done for the compliance of rules by all the vessels which are traveling or which are sailing around the world. Let's see some specific rules which are very similar to the rules which we follow for our vehicles on the road. First, lookout and risk of collision. Rule 5, which is in the part B, emphasizes maintaining a proper lookout at all times. Again, this is very important for our vehicular traffic also, where we have seen many accidents happening because our lookout, or we don't see outside the mirror or the outside traffic and keep our eyes on the mobile, ending up in an accident. The similar thing is being mentioned here, which emphasizes maintaining a proper lookout at all times. Seafarer to use light, sight, hearing and all available means to assess the situations. The seafarer who are on the bridge is a place where the navigation is carried out. Basically, it is very similar to a cockpit in an aeroplane, and for non-seafarers, the bridge is very similar to the cockpit of the aeroplane. We have to have sight, hearing, that is, as I told you, we have to have a good lookout for the light signals. By hearing, again, we have seen there are sound signals, so we have to keep our ears open, and all our means to assess the situation. All other means might include ECDIS, that is electronic chart information display and information system. We have radars, we have various other equipment which give us an information about our surroundings. It can be an echo sounder, which gives us the depth under us, etc. etc. So we have to use all other means to ensure we are in the right place and we are proceeding in the right direction. Safe speed and risk mitigation. Again, we have marks for that road specifically of what is the speed limit. Out at sea, we don't have any measures such that you have to go at 60 kilometers per hour or 90 kilometers per hour. But we have certain conditions which we need to follow, which will consider whether we are going at a safe speed or no. Rule 6 mandates that every vessel proceed at safe speed. Factors like visibility, traffic density, and maneuverability of the vessel influence the safe speed. Obviously, similarly, like what we have thick fog, and hence we go at a slower speed. If the traffic density is very high, obviously the ship or the vehicle for that matter will slow down. And also, in case of maneuverability of the vessel, that is, if it is a very big vessel, they have to take into consideration the time which will take for the vessel to actually move from the time the action is taken. For example, if we give the wheel to hard to one side, it will actually take, if it is a VLCC, it will almost take 1 to 2 minutes before the vessel actually starts turning as well. It is not like the road vehicles which you have a brake and then you put a brake and immediately the ship will or the vehicle will stop. The ship doesn't have a brake, that we have to understand, and it is only by reducing the speed or stopping the engine and reversing the engine where we can reduce the speed of the vessel. Reducing the speed and reversing the engine is also not possible due to the huge size immediately, which will also take some time for actually reversing the engine. Action to avoid collision. Rule 8 outlines action to be taken to avoid collisions. Mariners assess the situation, alter course, and communicate intentions properly. Priority is given to avoiding danger over right of way. So basically, this rule talks about the action to avoid collision. Basically, it gives the general rules where we have to follow certain conditions when taking actions. That is, for example, if I have to tell you, we have to make big alterations, because in case of small alterations, the other vessel will not be able to see that you are actually taking actions. Hence, he will be confused or whether you have to take action or he will have to take action. And if you are using communication, you should not use the communication to bypass the rules, but you should always follow the rules even if you are communicating. And these are all small tidbits, regulations, which are mentioned in this specific regulation. Rule has to be followed while following this collision regulation. I think we have covered some kind of overall view of the rules and regulations which are being followed. We will continue this in the second part, where we will look at other rules which are again relevant to the rules which are followed by vehicles, and also we will see the live chart of various areas which will give us an indication of how chart helps us in collision avoidance.